beautiful soul family. Welcome back to the Cancerian House of Tarot. My name is Amy, and I'm so grateful you're here. This is your sacred space for soft healing and heart-centered guidance. Whether you're a Pisces sun, moon, rising, Venus, or just drawn here by spirit, trust that there's something in this reading meant for you. Take what resonates, leave the rest, and always follow your own inner light. Let's get started by pulling your messages today, Pisces. Feel free to skip this portion and go straight to your reading by selecting the timestamp listed as Celtic Cross. Without any further ado, Pisces, let's get into it. All right, let's take a look at Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, please, for July 14th through July 20th, 2025. What does Pisces most need to know for their highest vibration, highest good, please? Looking at the Cancerian collective, Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs for the week of July 14th through July 20th. 2025. All right, here we go, Pisces. We're going to pull the Celtic Cross. All right, so in the heart of the matter, we have the Four of Cups. Being crossed by the Ace of Wands. In the foundation root, we have the Five of Wands. In the most recent past, we have the World. Crowning this reading, we have the Wheel of Fortune. Future energy moving in, we have the Three of Pentacles. How you're being seen, Ace of Cups. Outside influence, we have Justice. Hopes and fears, we have the Six of Pentacles. And possible outcome, we have the Four of Pentacles. Overall energy, we have the Page of Swords. And the hidden energy, we have the beautiful Ten of Cups. All right. Now, we're going to go ahead and pull the Oracle. All right, let's take a look at Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for the week of July 14th through July 20th, 2025. Looking at the Pisces collective with love, romance, and personal relationships. What does Pisces need to know at this time, please? Best messages, advice, and guidance for Pisces. Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. All right, let's take a look here. All right, Pisces, we have healing family issues. We have let your friends help you. And we have playfulness. All right. Next up, we're going to do the Hidden Truth Oracle. All right, my beautiful Pisces, let's see what your person, the person most on your mind, the person most in your energy, the person you most desire to connect with. What are they saying or not saying in the silence? Spirit, what do we have for Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, please, for the week of July 14th through July 20th, 2025, or whenever they find themselves here? What is not being said, or what's being said in the silence? All right. Let's take a look here. We have, I left when I saw you with someone. We have, we both know I'm not the one for you. And we have, it's time for me to heal now. All right, Pisces. Let's now pull the Zodiac Oracle and see what Zodiac signs and Zodiac energies are most influential for you right now. All right, here we go. And we have Earth. We have Aquarius. And we have Mercury. All right, now let's go ahead and pull the Angels and Ancestors Oracle. What do we have for my beautiful Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, please? For the week of July 14th, not June, July 14th through July 20th, 2025, please. What is your best messages, advice, and guidance for the Cancerian collective? What does Pisces most need to hear at this time? Here we go, Pisces. We have Druid. We have Hold the Space. We have Medicine Guardian. Be open to healing information. And we have Shalom Master. Be graceful in movement and action. All right. Now let's pull a couple of your divine doors. What do we have for Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus? Thank you. We have Jude Song. What do we have for Pisces? Thank you. Forgive and Forget. And we have Deeper. All right, and now the last section of Oracle we're going to do is the Spiritual Jukebox. Spiritual team, thank you. We have Over My Head, the Fray. We have Lips of an Angel, Hinder. And they're not even an Unconditionally, Katy Perry. Do we have any more? I feel like there may be one more here. Yes, there was. This little bonus message, Life's a Dance by John Michael Montgomery. I'm going to put that here. I think that's going to be a little bonus. All right, guys. That ends the card pull section of your reading. If you were with me through this, go ahead now and jump to the actual reading. Thank you. All right, Pisces, we are diving into the Mystic Dream Tarot using a full Celtic Cross along with deep oracle guidance from the Romance Angels, Hidden Truth Oracle, Angels and Ancestor Oracle, as well as the Divine Doors, and of course your own Spiritual Jukebox from my personal channeled deck. All right, the heart of the matter this week, Pisces, is the Four Cups crossed by the Ace of Wands. There's a deep emotional undercurrent here. Some of you may be feeling disenchanted, disconnected, or uncertain about what's next. You may be reflecting on something, or for some of you, someone that once felt full of potential, but now feels emotionally flat or unresolved. But the Ace of Wands, that spark is coming back. A new opportunity or inspiration is trying to reach you. It might not look the way you expect it, but Spirit says pay attention to the fire within. There is life returning to something you thought was over. All right, so I think that was a beautiful explanation of the heart of the matter. So let's now take a look At the root of your reading, Pisces, is the Five of Wands, a card that speaks to friction, not just in the outer world, but within yourself. You may have felt like you were trying to keep the peace while everything around you was pulling you in different directions. Arguments that did not make sense, conflicting advice, the need to explain yourself to people who were never truly listening. It's the kind of chaos that wears you down, not because it's loud, but because it's constant. Imagine, Pisces, you are in the center of a storm, hands out, trying to catch every plate before it hits the floor. You are not fighting for control, Pisces. You were fighting to be understood. But the more you tried, the more scattered it became. This card tells us that the most recent past may have felt like a competition, a proving ground, or a place where your peace was continuously disturbed by other people's projections. And Pisces, you feel everything. You absorb energy like a sponge, and this kind of tension can fragment your sense of direction. But here is a deeper wisdom. This was not meant to break you. It was meant to break the illusion. The Five of Wands may have revealed where your energy was being drained, where you were giving too much, or where you were molding yourself to fit spaces that were not meant for your spirit. You don't have to explain your heart to those who only speak in fear. You're not here to compete. You are here to connect. All right, Pisces, let's take a look at the recent past. And we have the World. A divine confirmation that you have just completed something major. Whether it was a relationship, a mindset, or an entire chapter of your life, the cycle is closed. Not with a crash, but with a quiet recognition. You may not have realized it at the time, but your spirit was graduating. There is a sense of karmic release here, of coming full circle. Close your eyes, Pisces, and picture you standing at the edge of a cliff, looking out at the horizon of your own healing. Your heart is no longer echoing this with the same old ache. It is receiving glorious waves of healing light. There may be remnants of sadness or nostalgia, but this ending was not punishment, it was preparation. A sacred pause before the next turn of the wheel. Pisces, you closed the door, you burned the contract, you remembered who you are, and now the world says celebrate this wholeness, even if no one else sees it, because your soul knows the truth. You are not the same person who started this journey, and Pisces, you were never meant to be. So let's take a little look at crowning your reading. Pisces is the Wheel of Fortune, a sacred symbol of divine timing and karmic shift. Spirit shows me an ancient clock tower. The hands have finally moved, something you've been waiting on, praying over, dreaming of, or even silently surrendering has begun to shift. You may feel it as a whisper of excitement or the hush of a wave. But make no mistake, the tide is turning. After a long stretch of uncertainty, conflict, and endings, the wheel arrives to say, you're no longer stuck. The cycle is complete. But this isn't just about luck or even chance. It's about alignment. You've made the hard decisions. You've healed what hurt. You stood still when you could have run. And now fate is responding. This week, stay open to the unexpected. The blessings may not arrive in the way you imagine, but it will come. This is your breakthrough energy. This is the universe saying, I saw your struggle. I saw your surrender. And now I move with you. Pisces, what's coming into your energy next is the Three of Pentacles. A quiet, steady card that holds far more power than it seems. This isn't the solo journey anymore. This is the moment when Spirit sends people, opportunities, or insights into your awareness and to you to help you build the next chapter. In the near future, collaboration is key, not just in work or creativity, but in soul healing. You may find yourself aligning with people who see your gifts, recognize your value, and offer support in tangible ways. This card is also deeply spiritual. It often shows up when you're working alongside not just people, but guides, ancestors, or even past life soul partners. It's the feeling of being seen by someone who understands the architecture of your soul. But with the Six of Pentacles showing up in your hopes and fears, there's something tender here too. You want partnership, mutual support, and generosity. You want to pour into others, but not at the cost of draining yourself. You may fear giving more than you received, or being loved only for what you provide. Spirit sees that, and here's the truth. You are allowed to receive now. You are allowed to ask for help. You are allowed to be supported, Pisces, not because you're weak, because you're worthy. These two cards together, and let me show you. These two cards together say you don't have to do it alone anymore. Whether it's a conversation that brings clarity, a reconnection with someone who sees your worth, or a collaboration that finally flows, this next phase of your journey is about shared energy, shared healing, and shared vision. Let people show up for you, Pisces. Let the universe balance what has long felt one-sided. You spent a long time trying to hold it all together for others. This time, let someone help you hold your own dreams. Because your vision isn't just worthy, it's needed, and it's about to be recognized. And I love that message for you. So let's see, Pisces. Let's see where you're at. The world is showing your heart again. So you are coming in with the Ace of Cups in the position of how you're being seen. Others are picking up on something sacred in your energy, something soft, open, intuitive, and deeply ready. Even if you've been quiet, even if you've pulled back, even if you feel like you're holding yourself together with thin threads of old hope, your light, Pisces, it's still showing. People may not know what's changed, but they sure do feel it. They feel the shift in you, the part of you that's starting to hope again, trust again, open up again. This card suggests that someone may see you as a new beginning in love, whether it's romantic, spiritual, or even self-love. There's a purity about you now, Pisces, a cleansing of the past, a return to emotional honesty. Spirit also wants you to know that you're being seen by the universe this way too, as open-hearted, ready, willing, and capable of receiving. You may have gone through heartbreak, disillusionment, heck, even betrayal. But the Ace of Cups is rebirth. It is Spirit offering you the chalice and saying, are you ready to feel again? Are you ready to trust what flows instead of chasing what's dry? Someone around you may be watching you with admiration, awe, and yes, Pisces, even for some, regret. They may feel your vibration rising, your emotional frequency shifting into something softer and more magnetic. This card can also reflect the energy you're radiating unknowingly, the silent hope, the longing for connection, the desire to love unconditionally. And what's most important here is for you to be met with the same kind of energy. And here's what Spirit says. You don't have to harden to protect your heart. Your heart is powerful. Let the cup overflow again, Pisces. Let love in bit by bit, word by word, and soul by soul. You are seeing as healing, radiant, and ready. And there's someone, maybe more than one, who wants to meet you there. So let's take now a look at the outside influences. Pisces, in your external world is the word, apparently. Pisces, in your external world, justice is at work. That means even when things look unfair, unclear, unresolved, balance is being restored behind the scenes. Justice comes through like a quiet but powerful force, a sacred recalibration. This is not just about legal matters or apologies. It's energetic karma. What was taken is returning. What was false is being exposed. What was unbalanced is now being made right. For some of you, this card is about someone in your life, someone who may be reflecting, regretting, or even reaping the results of past choices. The truth is surfacing, Pisces, whether it's through a conversation, a message, or the silence in someone's absence. You're starting to see what was really happening all along. Justice in this position says what you've been feeling intuitively is being confirmed. You may not be chasing truth anymore, but it's catching up to you. You may have walked away with your head held high, even when no one stood up for you. Now life is standing up for you, Pisces. This energy also speaks to someone else realizing the consequences of their action. The cards, I left when I saw you with someone, and we both know I'm not the one for you, echoes guilt, fear, and emotional distance. But justice doesn't deal in blame. It deals in accountability. It says you are not responsible for someone else's growth, but you are worthy of receiving what's aligned with your truth. This week, something may come to light that validates your path. A shift in someone's energy, a message, a realization. It may not be loud, but it will be clear. Justice is here to remind you that even if you didn't get closure in the way you hoped, the universe saw it all, and the scale is tipping in your favor. Trust that. Stand in that. Because when you walk in integrity, Pisces, you don't chase what's right. You attract it. And now it's on its way to you. I love that message. I think that was so far my favorite message for you guys. Absolutely. Like, you don't chase what's right. You attract it. Stand in that. Trust in that. Pisces, in your hope and fears, which we kind of touched on a bit ago with the Three of Pentacles, is the Six of Pentacles, a card of reciprocity, of generosity, and energetic balance. At your core, you long for connection that feels mutual, for relationships where giving isn't exhausting, where love isn't lopsided, where you don't have to question whether you matter as much as the other person does to you. You want to give your all, but not at the cost of yourself. You want to trust, but you've learned the hard way what happens when others take more than they give. And so this card lands in both places as your greatest hope and your tenderest fear. You may be wondering, will I ever be met in the middle? Will I always be the one who feels too much, gives too much, waits too long? Spirit hears those questions, and they want you to know you are worthy of being poured into just as deeply as you pour into others. The fear here isn't just about imbalance. It's about being seen as needy or too much or not enough unless you're giving everything. But you don't need to earn love with effort or buy loyalty with your silence. The Six of Pentacles reminds you that healthy love is an exchange, not a transaction. That your energy is sacred. that your time, Pisces, it's valuable. That's your tenderness. It's not a weakness. It's a light. And yes, the right people will reflect that light back. So this week, Pisces, check in with your energy where you are giving out of fear. Where are you receiving out of guilt? Where do you still believe you have to overfunction to be chosen? Justice is already unfolding in your external world, and the wheel is turning. The energy you give is returning. You don't have to keep your heart closed to stay safe. You just have to remember, you are not here to beg. You are here to align. And when you do, the universe gives back. It gives back in spades. All right, so let's take a look now at the outcome. Pisces, the Four of Pentacles sits in your outcome. A card that speaks to protection, preservation, and yes, fear. You may find yourself this week holding on tightly, whether it's to your peace, your energy, your money, your time, or even your heart. And after everything you've been through, who could blame you? When you've given freely and been left empty, when you've opened your heart and been met with silence, when you've offered loyalty in a world full of uncertainty, of course there's a part of you that wants to guard the little you have left. But Spirit gently whispers, is what you're clinging to protecting you or keeping you from receiving more? The Four of Pentacles can be wise. It can remind us to create boundaries, to tend to our resources, to protect what we've built. But when it comes up as an outcome, especially after cards like the Ace of Cups and the Wheel of Fortune, it asks, is fear standing between you and the flow you've been asking for? There's something in your life, maybe a connection, maybe a dream, maybe a belief that you're afraid to let go of. And yet, the Ten of Cups is waiting underneath it all. Spirit is saying your heart's deepest fulfillment isn't gone. It's just on the other side of surrender. Let go of the version of you that had to do everything alone. Let go of the story that says you must control every outcome to stay safe. Let go of the idea that love is something you have to earn or hold tightly to before it slips away. Because what's meant for you, Pisces, doesn't need to be gripped. It flows. And you're closer than you think to something real, something reciprocal, something lasting. But first you have to unclench the fist that's trying to hold the past together. The door is already cracked open. Let it swing wide. All right, guys, now we're going to jump into your overall and your hidden energy. So, Pisces, the overall energy surrounding you right now is the Page of Swords. A card of curiosity, truth-seeking, and mental alertness. This is the energy of a soul who's awake but not quite ready to speak. You may find yourself watching the world around you closely this week, observing people's behaviors, reading between the lines, sensing what isn't being said, and you're right to do so. Your intuition is sharp right now, and the Page of Swords is your mind's way of catching up to what your soul already knows. You may also feel a bit guarded mentally, processing everything through thought instead of emotion, trying to understand something or someone from a distance. But here's the deeper truth. This card doesn't just speak to your energy. It may also speak to someone watching you. Someone who hasn't said what they truly feel. Someone who is thinking about reaching out, but holding back. Someone who is quietly trying to understand you or the choices you have made. This energy is mirrored in your Hidden Truth Oracle, which we will get to. There was 2 cards that came through. I left when I saw you with someone. We both know I'm not the one for you. These are words unsaid, thoughts unspoken, truths tapped in silence. But the Page of Swords also reminds us that clarity is coming. This card is a student of truth, whether through communication, signs, dreams, or sudden realizations. Information is moving towards you. Stay open, stay discerning. Don't jump to conclusions, but don't ignore your instincts. You're in a learning phase, Pisces, about yourself, about others, about love, and about what's worth your energy. Be willing to question the story you've been told. Be curious instead of reactive. And remember, sometimes the people who watch in silence are the ones holding the most regret. Let them watch. You're meant to chase truth this week. You're meant to become it. All right, so as it alluded, in your hidden energy, Pisces, is the beautiful Ten of Cups. Beneath everything, beneath the uncertainty, the conflict, the guarded heart, the Ten of Cups sits quietly, patiently, like a promise waiting to be fulfilled. This is your hidden energy, what's unfolding behind the scenes, what your soul already knows is possible, even if your eyes haven't seen it yet. The Ten of Cups is not just happiness, it's emotional wholeness. It's a soul deep kind of fulfillment. Love that feels like home, a vision of peace, connection, and belonging that comes not from fantasy, but from alignment. And yet, you may not believe this is possible anymore. Maybe you've given up on the dream. Maybe life has taught you to lower your expectations, or protect your heart, or settle for survival instead of satisfaction. Maybe you've been holding on so tightly to your pain, hence with the Four of Pentacles, that you didn't notice this light gently building behind the curtain. But Spirit wants you to know this dream didn't die. It's simply waiting for the space to be let in. You don't have to earn it. You don't have to chase it. You don't even have to know what it looks like yet. You just have to believe that emotional fulfillment is still possible for you. That your heart was not made to live half alive. That you can be met, loved, chosen. The Ten of Cups is the echo of your life. Your spirit remembers. A life where love is safe, where family, chosen or biological, is healing, not harmful. Where the joy is real, even if the road is messy. With the Wheel of Fortune turning and justice balancing the scales, this card shows what all this has been leaning towards. It's not just about healing the past, it's about creating a new one. This week, you may not see the Ten of Cups yet, but you may feel the whisper of it in unexpected places. A stranger's kindness, a song that unlocks a memory, a moment of peace that hits you when you're not looking for it. Don't underestimate the quiet magic gathering around you, Pisces. Something real is forming, something beautiful is waiting, and all you have to do is make room for it. All right, guys, that concludes the tarot portion of your reading. We will now actually be getting into the oracle, and this is going to be a pretty deep dive. So if you need to, pause, grab something to drink, and settle in. So we're going to start with the romance angels. All right. Yep, there we go. That looks a little better. Pisces, Spirit is guiding your heart through a very specific healing arc right now. And it begins with the deepest roots. The first message is healing family issues. And this isn't just about your biological family. This is all about the emotional legacy you've carried. The beliefs about love you inherited before you even knew what love meant. The ways you were taught to give without receiving. The fears that formed when love was inconsistent, conditional, or confusing. Spirit is not asking you to relive those wounds, but to release the belief that they define you. You are not the story you were handed. You are not the pain you absorbed. You are the one your lineage has been waiting for. to break the cycle, to love differently, to love freely, and you don't have to do it alone. The second message here is let your friends help you. It reminds you that healing is not meant to happen in isolation. You may feel tempted to retreat, to go quiet, to process, everything on your own. But Spirit is placing the right souls in your path to support you. These may be friends, guides, even ancestors, or people you haven't met yet. Let yourself be held, Pisces. Let yourself be seen outside of romantic roles or expectations. There is strength in community. There is medicine in connection. Finally, you're being called back into playfulness. The part of your spirit that exists before the wounds. This is about laughter, silliness, lightness of being. The child inside of you wants to come out and experience love without fear, to flirt with life again, to feel safe in your body, to fall in love with moments, not just outcomes. Spirit says your joy is magnetism. When you let your light return, not just your wisdom, not just your strength, but your innocence, you begin to attract people who reflect that same joy back to you. Pisces, the doorway to love is not in fixing yourself. It's in remembering yourself. Healing is not about becoming someone new. It's about becoming someone true. And this week, your heart is remembering how to open, not because it's been untouched, but because it's been transformed. So those are your romance angels. And with the playfulness, this is definitely a good time for you to do something safe but fun, something maybe you haven't done in a little while. Someone may be thinking here about blowing actual bubbles, as skipping. I'm seeing jump rope. I'm just seeing a bunch these things that you enjoyed in childhood. Maybe you're capturing some of that beautiful joy. All right, so with the Hidden Truth Oracle, as we touched on before, we have, I left when I saw you with someone. And I really feel like this is someone may have made assumptions without clarity. They jumped to conclusions. Pisces, they didn't ask questions. They just saw you with someone and assumed that it was more than what it was going on there and just kind of bolted. Not all of you, of course, is that going to be the case. And we both know I'm not the one for you. This echoes of doubts that still linger in their energy field and in yours. This is somebody who's also, I feel like they're not really secure with their own self-worth. This is somebody who may not think that they're good enough, period. And then we do have, it's time for me to heal now. For some of you, both parties are going through mirrored healing journeys. For others of you, this is kind of, you may have been asking, how are they? What are they doing? They're in the process of healing from this. All right, so now we're going to get into the Zodiac Oracle. And so this can be connected to people, persons. Like, for example, we have Earth. We have Aquarius. Some of you may be connecting with the Aquarius. And if you are, take it as a sign of synchronicity, a confirmation, if you will. And then we have Mercury energy. But this is really, for me, it's really about the energies at play for you, Pisces, at this time. So these are the energies that are most dominant and having the most influence. So let's get into it. Earth comes through first, not to weigh you down, but to ground you. This is about structure, safety, the tangible world. Spirit is asking, what are you building now that actually supports the life you want? You spent so much time in emotional survival, Pisces. This week, it's about choosing stability, not out of fear, but out of deservedness. Whether it's money, health, home, or time, this is your reminder that you're allowed to build a life that feels secure. You are allowed to receive real practical support. And then comes Aquarius, your contrast, your higher mind, your future. This energy is unconventional, electric, unpredictable, and yet exactly what your soul is craving. Aquarius says you don't have to keep doing love the old way. You don't have to keep repeating patterns just because they feel familiar. You are a visionary, Pisces. This is the time to honor the part of you that doesn't fit in, a part of you that knows your happiness might look different than anyone else's, whether it's a bold dream, a spiritual gift, or a relationship that defies expectation. Aquarius energy wants you to trust your uniqueness. And finally, we have Mercury. Enters like a signal tower, activating your mind, your throat, your ability to speak your truth with clarity. This is communication in all forms. The words you speak, the conversations you need, the messages that are coming. Mercury says, ask the questions, say the things. Don't let your mind race in circles. Write it, speak it, share it. There may be messages coming towards you too, especially from someone who's been quiet, someone who's been watching you, Page of Swords energy there, or reflecting silently, the Hidden Truth Oracle. Let Mercury guide you to respond with intention, not impulse. You don't have to rush, but when the time is right, you will know what to say. These three energies together are Spirit's message to you. Be grounded, be visionary, be clear. Earth is your root, Aquarius is your sky, Mercury is the voice that bridges the two. And this week, Pisces, your voice has power. Use it to build the future that your heart has always known was possible. And don't delay. All right, now we're going to get into the Angels and Ancestors deck. We have Druid with Hold the Space. We have Medicine Guardian, Be Open to Healing Information. And we have Shaolin Master, Be Grateful in Movement and Action. I may not have said that right. All right, so first comes the Druid, the quiet keeper of the old ways. He walks slowly, speaks little, and reminds you that your wisdom doesn't need to shout. The Druid says, hold the space. Not every answer needs to be rushed. Not every emotion must be resolved in a single breath. You are in a sacred pause, Pisces, a moment between chapters where your soul is still listening. Let that space be holy. Let silence become sanctuary. Let your stillness call in what you're striving for. Then we have the Medicine Guardian enters, robed in turquoise light, offering the most valuable and vital medicine of all, permission to heal. You don't have to carry their wounds anymore. You don't have to keep proving your worth through pain. The Medicine Guardian says, be open to healing information. Whether it comes through a dream, a conversation, a physical shift, or a spiritual breakthrough, receive it. The old story is unraveling. The new one begins with self-trust, self-forgiveness, and the courage to care for yourself like someone sacred. And then the Shaolin Master appears calm, centered, strong. His energy isn't forceful, it's focused. He says, be graceful in movement and action, Pisces. You've been through emotional battles. You felt every wave crash and pull at your heart. But now it's time to move with awareness. Not every reaction deserves your energy. Not every disruption needs your response. You are mastering your emotional power. You are learning that peace is not the absence of chaos, but the presence of clarity. These three mentors walk with you now. The Druid shows you how to hold space. The Medicine Guardian invites your body and soul to rest and repair. And the Shaolin Master teaches you how to respond with power, not pain. Together they offer you this truth. You don't have to fight to be free. You don't have to hurt to heal. You don't have to prove to be powerful. The sacred work is already happening, quietly, deeply, faithfully. And this week, Pisces, all you have to do is allow it. All right, now let's move into these cute little divine doors. We've got Jude Song, we have Deeper, and we have Forgive and Forget. Pisces, 3 doors open before you this week. Not made of wood or stone, but memory, forgiveness, and soul. The first is Jude's song, and its message is simple yet sacred. A reminder for even the most hopeless of lost cases, you can find peace within the strangest of places. Pisces, there's a healing rising where you least expect it. Maybe it's a song on the radio that hits your heart just right. Maybe it's a stranger's kindness that softens something inside you. Maybe it's a moment of quiet where you realize you're not as broken as you once thought. Spirit wants you to know hope is not gone. It's just been sleeping. And this week it begins to stir. The second door is Forgive and Forget. A hard one, a holy one. A ritual cleansing of pain and lies. Arise and awaken, see a new sunrise. This isn't about pretending it didn't hurt. This isn't about excusing someone's actions or invalidating your own pain. This is about releasing the emotional residue that keeps you tied to moments that no longer serve you. You don't forgive them, you forgive you. Because your future deserves a heart that isn't chained to a version of the past that never got the closure it needed. Because forgiveness is the key that unlocks the door to your own peace. And then finally, you reach the door marked Deeper. The one that says you are not finished, you are not yet done. Dig deeper and deeper, the best is to come. Pisces, you've only scratched the surface of what love can feel like, or what healing can become, or what this next version of you is here to embody. This card is your confirmation. Your journey isn't behind you, it's ahead. And it's richer, wilder, and more soul-aligned than you dared to dream when you were surviving. You are being asked to trust again, not just others, but yourself. To dig deeper, not into the wound, but into the wisdom. To love again, not recklessly, but truthfully. These 3 doors aren't just offering you escape from the past. They're offering you entrance into a future shaped by forgiveness, fueled by faith, and guided by sacred death. Pisces, you're not lost. You're not too late. You're not beyond redemption. The doors are open. All you have to do is walk through. All right, and then onto the Spiritual Jukebox. We do have 4, and we're going to go with them one at a time. We have Over My Head, the Fray, and someone may still feel tangled in emotions they can't explain, is kind of the vibe that the song gives off. And you know, these song messages can be from your person that you have on your mind, or someone significant in your life to you. It can be from you to you, your higher self to you. It can come from, you know, special meanings. Take it as it resonates for you. So we have Over My Head, the Fray. And then we have Lips of an Angel by Hinder. And the vibe of this is emotional and possibly physical distance, but it's saying that feelings have not changed. I haven't faded. And then we have Unconditionally by Katy Perry, a reminder that love at its highest is without judgment. And then this one I really feel called to whenever I was pulling cards. This one kind of, I called it a bonus card because I think this is kind of for all of my Pisces collective out there. I think this song for you this week, even though it is country and not everybody likes country, I really believe that this song is really going to give you a lot of inspiration as you move through this energy this week. And this is Life's a Dance, John Michael Montgomery. And really the message here is don't fear getting it wrong. Just stay in motion, heart open. All right, so Pisces, this week, you are standing between the past and the promise. The cards have told a story of emotional protection and quiet transformation. As someone who has known heartbreak, silence, misalignment, and yet still holds the light of hope. The Four of Cups shows us a heart unsure if it's safe to feel again, while the Ace of Wands crosses it with a flicker of passion returning, a spark you thought was lost forever. Deep beneath it all, the Five of Wands reminds us of what it costs to be misunderstood, to compete for space, to live in emotional tension. And in the recent past, the world whispers of a cycle that has finally ended, a soul chapter that's been closed not with rage but with grace. Over it all spins the wheel of fortune, shifting the energies, reminding you nothing stays the same, not even sorrow. Ahead lies the Three of Pentacles, new support, aligned partners, respect, earned not through struggle, but through resonance and through the eyes of others. The Ace of Cups says you are being seen as someone's beginning again, someone soft, someone ready. Around you, justice is being served, not just by people, but by the universe itself. Your energy is protected. Your truth is being recognized. Inside, the Six of Pentacles reveals your deepest wish to be met in the middle, to give and receive love without fear of imbalance. But the Four of Pentacles outcome says you're still holding on, maybe out of fear, maybe out of protection, and yet beneath it all, the Ten of Cups waits. Your happy ending isn't lost, Pisces. It is just waiting for you to open your hands. Trust again, to believe in fulfillment, even if you've never fully seen it. Spirit sends powerful support through your oracles. The Druid holds space. The Medicine Guardian heals the body and soul. The Shaolin Master teaches calm, strength, and emotional grace. The Zodiac energies remind you to be grounded, to open to change, and to speak your truth when it matters. And through the divine doors, Spirit gently whispers, peace can find you in the strangest places. Forgiveness will set you free. The best is still to come if you're willing to go deeper. Even your spiritual jukebox. Over my head, lips of an angel, unconditionally, life's a dance. This isn't just about the pain of love. It's about the resilience of it. The messy, beautiful human courage to still believe in the healing power of connection. Pisces, your journey this week isn't about chasing clarity. It's about letting the truth come to you through stillness, through music, through soul. You are not the version of you that was left behind. You are not too late for joy. You are not too much to be loved fully. This week, walk forward with a quiet heart, but an open one, because love, true love, soul love, healed love is still part of your story. And Spirit says, you're not lost. You're just arriving. Pisces, what's coming into your energy next is the Three of Pentacles. A quiet, steady card that holds far more power than it seems. This isn't the solo journey anymore. This is a moment when Spirit sends people opportunities and insights to help you build the next chapter. Let people show up for you, Pisces. Let the universe balance what has long felt one-sided. You spend a long time trying to hold it all together for others. This time, let someone help you hold your own dreams, because your vision isn't just worthy, it's needed, and it's about to be recognized. Thank you for the honor of reading for you, Pisces. If this reading resonated with you, please give it a like, share it with a fellow Pisces, drop an emoji in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe to Cancerian House of Tarot for more soulful guidance. Sending you oceans of love and clarity. Until next time, beautiful souls, wishing you light, love, and prosperity on your journey forward. Namaste. Bye for now.